started another project here. Let me get you a little bit closer. I'm going to build a vase, and there's going to be a lot of preparation work. Here's some of the preparation that went into making some of these projects. This is a walnut log laying out here that I cut from Karen's farm a long time ago. And I took it and I laid it out on one like this and laid it out on the grass and cut some boards out of it at 3 inches thick or 2.5 or so, and let them dry for a month or two. And that's where some of this black walnut is coming from. Now there's me, almost a 2x8 black walnut that I just made. Let it dry out now, and then put it on the table saw and the planer and make a board out of it. I can build something. I sawed out 2 of those black walnut sticks. They're about 2x6, something like that. I'll let them dry now for a month or more, and then plane them down and cut them and use them to build things out of. I've cut 12 of the spalted maple cubes, blocks that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then 12 of these black walnut ones, and I will glue them together like in a checkered board fashion and make a board out of them. Then I'll cut them diagonally, and so that the intention is that these black walnut will come out in the shape of a diamond around the vase. I have also cut out this, and I put some of these blocks, I cut these blocks like this, some of the spalted maple, and this is cherry wood, and I put these together. I put them together like this, and then I glue that together, and I put that in here and on a piece of walnut here, and then a piece of pine, and these blocks that I'm going to make into boards and make them into diamond shapes will go around the outside of the vase, about the middle, somewhere in there. That's my intention. So now I have to sand all of these and take the little burrs where I've cut, they've got little splinters on them, where I've cut them, and sand that all off, and then I've got to glue them all together and make like a checkerboard thing. Now I'll cut that on an angle, like I was saying. And believe it or not, there are 12 sides of this that I have to sand off per cube. Now you might not think there'd be 12 on this, you might think there's 6, but there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12. That means it's 144 sides I have to sand here. So maybe I better speed up a little. There we go, all done. 4 spots I did. I'm surprised that I don't get a little dizzy or something dropping out a warp drive like that. Now I've got to glue these all together here. Okay, got all the clamps on it. Now we just have to wait for the glue to dry for the next step. Okay, now I have unclamped them and cleaned it up, and I've drawn lines on there, as you can see, diagonally, and I have to cut those out now. Okay, now I have cut all of these diamond ones. Have to cut them in a triangular shape. They'll go together like that with a piece in between them. And there will be 6 of them that I've cut here. And I have to put them all together and cut pine pieces to go in between them now, to space them out. Now I have cut out the little pine block spacers that will go in between them around, like that, that, and it looks like I need one more. There it is. Now these should all come together. I've got to fit them all together to make a piece and glue it all together, put the clamps on it, and let that dry. Okay, I've got all my blocks cut, fitted, sanded. Now I have to glue them all together. Got my proverbial seat belt on because I'm going to have to kick it into warp drive here. put the base of it that I had already glued together, and this piece right here is nothing but a waste block. That'll be completely gone. This will be the bottom right here, and then I'm going to turn this round while I'm waiting on the glue to dry on that other, and work on it a little bit. I'm going to be drilling holes in this thing here for the dowel rod, which will make a little spot. And I put a tape over that to know how deep to drill. See? Now I have to just drill right towards the center of that track. Let me get slowed back down here now, and we're going to put the key these little pins in the holes. So got to put glue all over it. Get glue down in the hole. Well, I got the centerpiece all cut out. All the pieces fit together for the diamonds, and all glued in there, and all together sandwiched with the walnut on both sides of it now, and that will glue to that base that I turned there for the, and then I'll have to put a top, build a top for it, and then put it on the lathe and turn it all out. I glued the base that I had turned already. That's this part right here. You can still see my little dowel rods that I've got in there. I haven't sanded those down yet. I still have to build a top for it, and I'm going to put it in the lathe now and turn it. I have to turn it now because down inside of it I won't be able to get all the way down in there when it's all done if I didn't turn it as I go. Got to do a little clean out here. I don't know if you can see in there or not. very good. But that's what I'm doing, is hollowing out the inside now. Well, I got all the blocks cut that I need to make this into the top part. Now I just have to put these together, and then I'm going to glue it all and make this into my top part that I will glue onto the vase and turn out the top. Well, I got it all glued together now, and I just have to wait for the glue to dry and then sand it down and smooth it up and glue it onto the vase and turn it. Well, I got that glued onto the part I'd made earlier, and I cut a piece of walnut here and glued it on, and now I've got to turn it on the lathe and shape the top of it. I've already sanded in the center from here down, so see if I can turn that now. Well, looks like it's almost round. It's getting there. Still lacks a little yet, but I'm getting pretty close. I'm gonna have to speed my lathe up a little. There's 1,040. Getting full of sawdust in there, can't see. Oh, that's looking better. Yeah, I'm getting closer. I've almost got it tapered down to match the other now. Getting close. Need to finish this still, right here. Oh, I got some dressing to do out here still. Oh, that's much better. Much better. To put some tongue oil on. Kind of soaks in quick. Well, I got the tongue oil on the thing, and I'll let it dry now, and then sand it with some 220 or 400, one or the other paper. Then I got to cut this bottom off over here, because that's just a waste block. It starts right here. Well, I got it made, and so now I'm cutting off the end, the waste block on the end of it, and then I've got tongue oil on it, so I probably need to do one, maybe two more sanding of the fine sandpaper, and then final coating. And I'll be done. I'm getting there. Okay, this is the second coat of the clear. That thing shines like a mirror now. That's after a number of coats on it. That's what the inside looks like. You get it too bright, you can't see in there. So there it is. I just have to cut it on off and sand the bottom, everything, and coat it. Cut that down as far as I dare to with the parting tool. So now I'm going to saw it on off. There we go. Now I got to clean that up and sand it and coat it and all that good stuff. Well, I got it sanded off and finished and signed, and about the second coat of clear on the bottom. I'll probably do one more heavy coat of clear and let that dry, and then unwrap him and call it done. Pretty, huh?
Very pretty.